Hello and welcome to DROIX. In this video we are taking a look at the Anbernic RG280V retro gaming handheld. Let's start with unboxing it. Inside you have the RG280V handheld, which we will show in more detail shortly. There is a USB Type-C charge cable. We recommend using this cable to charge the device, as other cables may not be compatible. And last but not least, there is a quick start user guide in Chinese and English. The RG280V is available in two colours. The first is a red and gold theme, which is similar to the original Nintendo Famicom. The colours look great and very much like the console, as you can see. The second theme is in the same design but with black and silver colours. Both look great, but my personal favourite has to be the gold and red. The RG280V has a 2.8 inch IPS display with glass protector to prevent it being easily scratched. There is a digital D-pad, 4 gaming buttons along with start and select. On the right side you can find the power button and reset button. On the top you can find the USB Type-C charge port, power LED and headphone jack. And on the corners you can find the left and right shoulder and trigger buttons. I will show these in more detail in a moment. On the left side you can find the volume rocker along with 2 micro SD card slots. The first card is used as the storage for your games and the second is used for the firmware. Coming back to the shoulder buttons, Anbernic have an interesting design to help with the comfortability of the shoulder buttons. The L1 button starts on the corner and continues around it, wrapping slightly around the L2 button. This makes pressing the commonly used L1 and R1 buttons very easy, as your trigger fingers naturally wrap around the corner. The L2 and R2 buttons, which are less often used, are easier to reach than they would be further apart from the corner. It is a clever idea for a handheld of this size and definitely makes using the buttons more comfortable. Onto the technical specs. The RG280V has the well-known JZ4770 dual-core processor. This is running at 1 GHz. You will be familiar with it from handhelds such as the RG350 series and many more. There is 512 megs of DDR2 RAM, which is plenty to run all the supported gaming systems. The Li-polymer battery is 2100 mAh, which should last you around 5+ hours depending on the system you are playing. It runs on the OpenDingo X operating system, which is very well supported by the homebrew development community. You should be able to use emulators from the RG350 series on the 280V, as they are the same OS and CPU. And finally, there is built-in vibration for supported emulators. The RG280V boots into the menu applications folder, and from here you can load various file browsers, video players, controller testers and device testers. On the emulators tab you can find a number of emulators, including those for arcade, DOS, NES, Game Boy Color and Mono, Genesis Mega Drive, Super Nintendo, Neo Geo Pocket, Game Boy Advance, PC Engine and Neo Geo. On the Games tab you can find game ports including Arkanoid, Cave Story, Mr. Driller, Last Mission, Minesweeper, Streets of Rage Remake and Super Tux. And on the settings tab you can change various settings including the menu layout, skins and sound volumes. And from here you can also safely power down and reboot the device, which we recommend doing this way. And now let's check out some emulators and games. Up first we have the arcade systems. You can expect to run the majority of supported games in this build of MAME, which is based on the 0.35 ROM set. This ranges from early arcade up to the more recent CPS series. You also have Final Burn emulator for more arcade games. Game Boy mono and colour emulation is no problem to emulate as expected. All the games I tried work great on this. There's various options for borders, upscaling, etc. All of these you can tinker with. Game Boy Advance is overall very good. You may notice some occasional hiccups in the frame rate, but nothing game breaking. The RG280V form factor is great for GBA emulation. Genesis Mega Drive, as you expect, runs great. You can really see the quality of the IPS display with Sonic the Hedgehog, and it looks even better in person. All the games should have no problems running on this. The Master System seems to get left out on videos, so I thought to remind everyone that it exists, and the RG280V of course runs just fine. There's a ton of games to play on this system, including Psycho Fox, Wonder Boy 3 and the legendary Alex Kidd in Miracle World. And something other than Metal Slug, as we have seen it a million times running. The popular Neo Geo system is well supported, and again there should be no issues running games as there's plenty of RAM available. The NES system runs great with no issues, and it looks great with the gold and red RG280V. It's just like playing the original Famicom. PlayStation is a mixed bag of what will and won't run. However, there is a decent number of games which will run great. Some that have occasional hiccups and some that are simply unplayable. If you want a wider range of PlayStation games, then I would suggest the RG351P, as this has a faster processor, but overall this runs some great PlayStation titles just fine. The vast majority of Super Nintendo games run fine with no issues at all. You will however find that a few games using additional processing chips, such as Star Fox, will have some speed issues. The SNES library is so big you won't miss out too much on the non-playable games. And onto some game ports, starting with Open Tyrion. This is a port of the classic vertical scrolling shooter Tyrion. It looks and runs great on the RG280V and offers a lot of gameplay with multiple episodes, upgradable ships and more. And next we have the classic bat and ball game Arkanoid. Excuse the bad gameplay as I am playing through the camera. Again, there are plenty of challenging levels which will keep you occupied for some time. The RG280V is a lightweight and extremely portable handheld. With the analog sticks missing on this one, it does keep a slim form factor all round, meaning it is perfect if you want to grab it out of your pocket or a bag and have a quick blast of a game or two. Despite its small form factor, it remains very comfortable to hold. The exclusion of the analog sticks in this model is a minor factor considering the supported gaming systems can all operate just fine without them. These retro handhelds are primarily for 8 and 16-bit systems and it's perfect for them. PlayStation emulation may be a deciding factor. If you are interested in playing a larger catalogue of games for it, then the 280V may not be the best choice. Instead, I would recommend the RG381P, which has a newer, faster processor, improved emulation and dual analog sticks. If everything apart from PlayStation takes your interest, then the RG280V is a great choice. The IPS display looks amazing, and the already mentioned portability is a very large bonus, and it's this that sets it apart from the RG350 series of handhelds. That wraps up this unboxing and demo video for the RG280V. We hope you have found it useful. You can find out more information about it and buy yours today by heading over to DROIX.net. The link is in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we hope to see you in the next video.